This scene is what played out just before 4:30 a.m. Portland police made their way through this encampment, telling people to leave.
Failure to leave may subject you to citation or arrest.
This camp has been here for about 5 weeks now, outside the Immigration and Customs Enforcement building at Portland's South Waterfront.
They came in immediately with a militancy and an aggression that was absolutely uncalled for.
That's one of the protesters, a man who wants to be known as Badger.
They were hitting people with batons, yelling, move, move, move.
But police are painting a different picture.
They slowly, methodically walked through the camp, along with our loudspeaker, directed people to leave the camp.
A small scuffle even broke out when a bystander was apparently aggressive with protesters.
He full on video, punched a man in the face.
That was about the most violence we saw, other than a whole lot of yelling. By the time police showed up, the majority of protesters had already left, complying with Mayor Ted Wheeler's midnight deadline. Only about a dozen or so stayed.
We had a group of people who had started the protest camp down by McAdam. They had decided to voluntarily leave.
With the decision of Abolish ICE PDX to pull out, that's really what instigated the next steps.
Portland City Commissioner Chloe Eudaly says she stands with protesters, but the situation was deteriorating, some of it due to a few bad apples in the bunch.
And there were definitely individuals in the camp who were doing things to try to provoke armed federal agents, for one thing, that made us extremely nervous and concerned for the safety of everyone.
But even while the camp is disbanded, city leaders say they still support free speech.
That doesn't change. What changes here is just that we all agreed that the situation with the camp was not sustainable, including the people who actually started it.
Back out here live, police say over the last 5 or so weeks, they've received 76 calls for service. They say conditions inside the camp were a safety hazard. You can see just how much stuff is in there. As for the timing of all this, the mayor says the whole point was to keep things from becoming a riot type situation. He says he's just glad things were resolved without any arrests. Commissioner Eudaly says she and the mayor's office support continued demonstrations, just not in the form of camping. Back to you.
Thank you, Christine. And after police cleared the campers, those cleanup crews came in. That happened just before 8 o'clock this morning. KGW's Tim Gordon is live near the camp with that part of the story. Tim, this is a big job.
Brenda, it really is. It is certainly a job that's going to take a lot longer than the police sweep of the campers. We're right on top of it now, and I'll step out of the way. You can see there is still a lot of stuff in there. Right on time, cleanup crews arrived. They've got experience cleaning up camps in the Portland area. And workers got right to it, starting on the compound's north wall. Earlier this morning, police let us in to see what was left behind by campers. Tarps and tents and a whole lot more everywhere. Portland Police Chief Danielle Outlaw got a good look too, confirming why she felt they had to act for safety.
But there's fire hazards in there. There are also biomedical hazards in there. And because of those sorts of complaints, again, we knew we had to get ahead of it before it spiraled out of control.
From Sky 8, you can see cleanup crews filling trucks with debris. The things that seem to be of value will be held for campers to claim if they want. But a lot of this is going to the dump. John Christensen lives nearby. He's pleased to see it end.
It's time for it to happen, you know. You can sympathize with the ideals of the protesters, but I just think that this thing has turned into basically a homeless camp.
5 weeks is like, it's kind of like, ooh, what's this?
For more than a month, Rene Vivantes has been walking through the camp when he could to get to work. Although campers didn't give him much trouble, he is also relieved to see it end.
Well, it's good because it's feel comfortable now. And because before you don't know what they will do if something happened, that there will be a riot or there will be a trouble or they will do something.
This work will be paid for by the city and TriMet. They are part owners of the property. Now, we asked the mayor about the cleanup of all this and the price tag. He told us just a while ago he didn't think it would take too long or cost too much. We'll see about that. Brenda, back to you.
Yes, we will. Thank you, Tim. So here's what some of you are saying about this on social media. Pauline says the original message was lost weeks ago. What they did was sweep a homeless camp. No mercy, but the price should be sent to the Occupy ICE people. Judy says, peaceably protest all you want, but camp says it all. It's not a place to live. You want to live there? Pay rent. And finally, Marissa says, you were given the freedom to camp there. Now be responsible and clean up after yourselves. Well, you can look for more coverage throughout the day on air and anytime online. That's at kgw.com.
Fantastic.
Please clap.
Because you'd be in jail.
Better believe it.
Both sides.
Subscribe to
Very fake news.